Hello and welcome to The Slice, your weekly serving of international education news from the Pie. And what a week this has been. There is so much for us to speak about, so let's get straight into it. First, out of Australia, we had the first of two ESOS amendment hearings. So the ESOS amendments are a set of proposals put forward by the government, all related to international education, which, as we all know, has been quite a hot topic of late in Australia. And what they're proposing, according to leaks, is capping student numbers, international student numbers in the country. So this would be capping it at sort of 40% of total intake, around 2019 levels. Understandably, this is a huge concern to the sector in Australia because so many jobs out there. It's one of the biggest exports to come out of Australia is education. And so there have been really quite a lot of strong views about this, and sector leaders really pointing out the benefits that international education brings to the country. Now, the second of those hearings is due to be heard in Sydney at the end of this month. So we've got a little bit of time before we figure out the outcome of that and what might happen. So there is still time to change course there. Now, in the other side of the world, in the UK, we have the much longed for HESA data for 2022-2023. We've been waiting ages for this, so long. It's been delayed, but it was worth waiting for. There were some really interesting stats in there. So top line figures, we've now surpassed well over 700,000 international students in the UK. It's another record number for that year. And interestingly, the split of countries that are sending their students to the UK is starting to change. So we've continued seeing a trend of the number of students from the EU falling, but numbers from non-EU countries are continuing to rise, most notably from India, China and Nigeria. And India's actually pipped China to the post as the country sending the most students to the UK to study. So again, we'll have to keep an eye on this for next year when the data for the 2023-2024 academic year comes out. But there's certainly lots to discuss. There is all of that and so much more on the Pie's website. Do go take a look, share your views, let us know what's going on where you are, and we will see you next week.